Today is a pretty nice Sunday, but I decided to pull a vacuum out that I haven't used in a while. I actually haven't used this Hoover wind tunnel bagless twin chamber since I got it out of the box, and I did a demo or two. But other than that, it's basically because of its, I think, rarity that you were to find one of these, because at the time they were a really popular vacuum. I would think that most people would have snatched them up anyway, um, around the time or shortly after. So I don't know how a lot of businesses or anybody for that matter would have been able to keep these new without just selling them or having some extra. But this one was actually a Sears model. I know that because it had put in there that the scent tab was like, it had like a Sears logo on the scent tab and everything, which more than likely this was like Sears exclusive color too, because I know that they made these in several different colors. I could be wrong about that though, but uh, I put some baby powder under the carpet here, and I will put this. Let's just take this towel here. I don't really know how well this is going to do, just so we know where the powder is under the carpet. And I have this. The filter is not cleaned out on it, but it's barely been used since it's been brand new. You can see there is some fuzz and stuff there. And I have it on the low pile. Actually, it's technically on hard floor, but I don't really care because this is the setting that I use to vacuum this carpet anyway, just so it makes the most contact with the carpet. And we're going to see what it can do. So I'll do like a couple passes up and back. And by a couple passes, I basically meant, like, I guess that's probably 8 technical passes, maybe 4, depends on what you want to consider it, call it. And, whoa, it got everything. That is pretty good. I really didn't know how well it was going to do, because, it doesn't really, have great tool airflow. But if I take off the bin on this machine, you can see it's all right there in the bottom of the dust cup. Or, well, I guess that's not going to work very well. Maybe I can try and take this off of here. You can see it's all right down in there. There's a couple different little things, but more than likely a lot of it probably got through this filter screen as well, and it's probably in the filter pleats. But that is pretty good. And you can see, I mean, there's some stuff that just kind of got under the carpet too, like grass and stuff, but that's really good. I'm shocked that that was able to do that, especially being a bagless machine. And it kind of makes you wish that Hoover brought back these sorts of vacuums. Now, again, mine's basically new, but as long as you take care of this vacuum and you buy the cartridge filters regularly like you're supposed to and keep them cleaned out, your performance really shouldn't go down. And a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people with these cartridge style filters, they basically just kept vacuuming because the vacuum would continue to fill up with dirt without having to maintain it, so they just never figured anything was wrong. But it just kind of shows you how well this thing will run and will work, and those carpet crystals are something that I would definitely use in this vacuum, because more than likely most of them are not going to get through that screen that separates the two chambers. good for an older vacuum cleaner. I mean, it is 12 amps. It's not one of those vacuums that say, cleaning effectiveness. Actually, it does say cleaning effectiveness. But it's not one of those that says, like, cleaning effectiveness per amps. This just says 12 amp motor, Hoover cleaning performance is 27.0. So it was back at like that time where they would say something along those lines, like you get those direct fan machines or direct air machines, and they would say like the cleaning effectiveness is like this really crappy number or something. um I'd never really understood exactly what that is, but this is a 12 amp motor. It's a clean air system. It does a really great job. I mean, it did a really great job on that under the carpet test that I just did, even for an older vacuum. And there are a lot of newer vacuums that just don't have that ability. I think part of it is because it has a really strong brush roll, really strong agitation, and it's able to kind of vibrate the carpet and break up the stuff underneath the carpet rather than just kind of mashing it down. So it almost creates um like a sonic, well, not a sonic, but like a vibration to be able to keep the stuff from clumping together so it can get through the backing of the carpet. And you can see it does a really great job grooming this carpet in here. There aren't a whole lot of machines that do. And on this carpet, it doesn't leave that really ugly line from the belt. So that's something that I really like about it too. And you can see from the side that I was facing, it also does a really good job. The one thing though is because it kind of divides up all the bigger and then the smaller debris on both sides, it's kind of a pain to keep this thing cleaned and maintained. But if you look in here, there's really no dust buildup like in this area. It's just around this gasket, which I showed that in one of my previous videos. But you'll see like it's pretty dirty. And what I usually do with this is I take it and use the blower end to the central vacuum that I have, or not central vacuum, but the garage vacuum that I have, and then just blow this filter out. And if you keep up on it, it shouldn't get bad to the point that that isn't enough and you would need an air compressor. But it all just depends on how hygienic you want to be. It's not that my choice is dirty, it's just that, yeah, the air does become airborne, or the dust becomes airborne. But I really do like this vacuum a lot. I just don't use it much because I don't want it to get damaged or ruined. And I even considered letting my parents use this because I know that it's a great bagless vacuum, but that only takes me a couple seconds to decide that that's a terrible decision because I want this thing to stay in good shape. So I figured I'd do a slight update, and there's some stuff to come, of course. It's just whenever I get a chance, plus I'm in school, so I have a lot of other stuff to do as well. But thank you for watching, and stay tuned for